When someone is looking here again, you know, there's only 2 selections of the 17, and a lot of them are coming on the show, sitting where you're sitting. You have a priority list, okay? Mm-hmm. A priority list is like getting a prescription when you're sick. You get the prescription, follow the prescription, thank God you'll be well. If you had to look at your list right now, a priority, which you see, which would, you know, for Luzerne County in our courthouse, what would be your highest priority right now, and how would you be able to resolve that priority?
The highest priority would be restoring integrity to the court. I think that we need it. I think people want it. And there's no easy answer to that. But the start is to elect good people. You've got to elect the right people to the bench. And you've got to elect people who are honest and have integrity and have the right demeanor and who have the experience. And not just the experience that they've been a lawyer a long time, but that they've handled matters of a wide variety, like my background, that you understand different areas of the law, and that you've tried cases. Trying cases is crucial. You're the one who's going to be sitting there and overseeing the courtroom. You're going to be making those important evidentiary rulings. But I think restoring integrity is just so important, and believe me, it will happen. If we choose the right judges, we'll be in good shape.
Now, you, along with a few other people, have been saying trying of cases, and it's important of the trying of cases, okay? And just for the sake of being elementary here, why is that so important for you to say of trying of cases?
Well, the judge is in charge of the courtroom. And throughout any trial, there are going to be evidentiary rulings that are going to have to be made. And the more you have been in a courtroom and the more you have tried cases, the sharper you are when it comes to making evidentiary rulings. Additionally, you've got to have command of the courtroom for all different types of cases. If there's a capital homicide case, where not only are you trying the person for first-degree murder, but then you're going to go in, if there's a conviction, and go into a penalty phase, which could include the death penalty. I would want to see a judge, and I think the judge has to have had some experience so that he knows how to handle those cases appropriately, so that he's confident in his own ability to handle those cases. So that's what I mean by it. There are lots of bright people, and there are lots of good lawyers who have not tried cases and may want to run for judge. I just think it's an important element of the package, that you've been in that courtroom and you've done it on very serious levels, that you've tried significant cases, both civil and criminal.
All right, so you're going around the county, as you said, it's a big county, and you're talking to people, and other than your staff or people who are very close to you, people that you don't know from a load of hay, okay? What are people saying to you when you're, hi, I'm Rich Hughes, and I appreciate your vote. I'm running for Luzerne County Judge. What are they saying to you?
Well, they want to hear just what we've been talking about.
Is that right?
They want to know why you're running for judge and why they should vote for you. And that's the best way to start a conversation. If they'll ask me that question, then I can tell them about my credentials. Then I get a chance. Because that's really the name of the game here. We have to get out. A candidate has to tell someone who they are and what their experience is. That's what I've got to get out to people, that I've got the 22 years. And I think it's important that you be a little bit older in this race. I think temperament comes with age. I think I'm a different person than I was 20 years ago when I first started. I certainly have seen a lot more, and I've experienced a lot more, and I've handled different types of cases, and I've met different type of people. And I think with that, you get a judicial temperament. And that's what people tell me that they believe I have, and that's why I think it's so important.
How will your TV commercials be? What can we look for when we see your TV commercials?
We'll be undoubtedly pushing the experience. I've got so much of it that I think that we'll want to make sure that we, in a short period of time, that's why a show like this is so great, because you and I get to talk about some things. But you know, this is your business. Commercials are short, and we want to get a message out there. So our message will be that Richard Hughes is an experienced lawyer with the right temperament. He's honest and he has integrity. And I would urge people, your viewers, obviously many of them will just be seeing me for the first time. If they have any questions, contact me through my website. Don't hesitate to call me on my cell phone.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? You heard it, folks. I didn't say it.
I'm happy to give them the number.
Yeah. Well, when you're talking about honesty and integrity, you know, those words are easy to say, and yet, you know, you've lived by them, okay? And it's, you know, you hear them, honesty, integrity, but sometimes people say, okay, your past, and that's what you're explaining right now, your past, which would led me to believe that you are honest and you have integrity.
Well, you're right. Look, you can't say, I'm going to run for judge, so I'm going to be ethical. You either are ethical or you're not.
Right.
I mean, that's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
It's how you've lived your life. How did your parents raise you? How do you raise your children? That's what it comes down to. And I urge people, I know a lot of lawyers in this bar, and I'd ask you, if you have questions about me and you can't reach me personally through our website or by phone, you know, ask attorney friends of yours. Ask them what they think about Dick Hughes. You know, do they think he's the right guy for the job? Do they think he's a good guy? And I believe that the bar as a whole really supports me, and you know, my peers will speak out.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, we are blessed in Luzerne County to have great lawyers. I mean, a majority of them are really great lawyers. They all know their stuff, and they do well. It's good to know that. And I have many of them are my friends, but not only are they friends, but they're qualified. And if I were to vote for you, is your name going to be Dick Hughes on the ballot?
It's going to be Richard Hughes on the ballot.
Okay, Richard Hughes. If I was to vote for, yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just going to say, as you know, we're cross-file. Judges and school board candidates get to cross-file. It's a nonpartisan position, so they will be registered on the Republican side and on the ballot on the Democrat side. We don't know what the ballot's going to look like with 17 names on there, but I can guarantee if people look hard enough, they'll find Hughes on there. Yeah. And I hope they'll choose to cast that vote.
Well, Richard, we got about a minute and a half left, okay? And that's your camera, and these people are watching you, and they're listening to you, and they want to vote for a judge who's going to make it happen. What do you have to tell them?
Well, the first thing is, and let me thank you for having me on the show. It's been terrific, and for this opportunity. But this is an important race. Please, first off, exercise your right. Get out there and vote. I'm hoping you'll choose to vote for me. I'm hoping if you have questions and do the research, you'll see that I'm the right man for the job. As I've explained during this show, I certainly have the experience for the job. I'm honest, and I have integrity. And I think if you look carefully into my practice and over my 22 years, you'll see that I'm ready to be your next judge of Luzerne County. So I just ask the people to do your homework and get out and exercise your right to vote.
Richard, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's my pleasure.
Appreciate it very much.
Good luck to you.
Great
Folks,
to
as I said before, no matter what the position is, qualifications, research, as Richard says, check all the candidates out. Make sure you're voting for people who are qualified. We pay the price, folks, when we put people who are just because they're Italians and Polish and Slovaks and their friends next door and they're big fat. We pay the price in the long term, okay? And I know I upset some people when I say this, but if they're your friends and they're qualified, it's beautiful. If they're Polish and they're qualified, it's fantastic. If they're Irish and they're qualified, but if they're not, look for the qualifications, okay? We have our website starting in May. All the qualifications of everyone will be up there. We're running these shows, not only the Sam Lesante Show, but Inside Scoop. We're giving as much information as possible. Please vote and vote for the right candidate. You can go to our website at any time at ssptv.com and watch the show. You can go to Attorney Hughes' website, which is Richard.
It's HughesForJudge2009.com.
HughesForJudge2009.com, and it's on YouTube. So you got all these ways to learn about Attorney Hughes as well as some of the other candidates that we'll be having on the Sam Lesante Show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.